Hello everybody, it's TJ from the St. Augustine YMCA. I'm going to go through a quick body weight with some minimal equipment workout with you guys that you guys can do at home. Most of this is going to be for arms primarily. So like I said, all these exercises are going to be with body weight as well as with minimal equipment such as bands. So we're also going to be a little creative with it, so bear with me. I'm going to do my best to show you some different modifications to some of the exercises that we're going to be doing. So the first one, we're just going to be doing 10 of each exercise, 10 repetitions of each exercise. You can kind of play with the rep ranges yourself. 10 to 15 is usually a pretty good number, as well as the sets. You're doing 2 sets each, 3 sets each, whatever you're feeling. A lot of this is going to be pretty relative to how you're doing and how you're feeling. But let's go through the workout first. So the first one we're going to do is some push-ups. So push-ups, all we really have, I'm outside, so I like to bring a mat out here. If you're at home, don't worry about the mat. But the push-ups that we're going to do is a little bit different than the normal push-ups. So we're going to do specific tricep push-ups. So a normal push-up, people generally put their hands kind of where they're comfortable, and when they get set, their elbows kind of flare out to the side, which is perfectly normal for a regular push-up. But we're going to make sure our hands are a little closer in, so pretty much right where your arms lie. Reach out, right there's your spot. So I'm going to get set on my toes, make sure my body is straight by contracting my quads, my glutes, keep my shoulders back and down. And when I push down, or when I come down, excuse me, my elbows are going to stay pretty close to my side. So I'm going to really concentrate making sure my elbows aren't going out to the side. They're going to stay tight. So it's going to look like this if you're doing them up on your toes, coming down, all the way up again. If you need to, you can have your knees on the ground. Knees on the ground, same thing, coming down, pushing up again. So let's go ahead and do 10 of them, all the way down, chest to the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So, like I said, 10 to 15 is usually a good number relative to how you're doing. Take a little, take a little rest period. In between the sets, 2 to 3 sets is usually a good number. So after that, we're going to go to a very creative one that we figured out. If you're outside, if you have a strong tree even, a tree that you can grab hold of, or even some form of post. I'm here at the Y. I have a post outside. We're going to use this to do a very creative one-arm row. So I've got my post. I'm going to stand to the side of it. Watch my feet. You can see where my feet are. So the post here is going to be pushing up against the right side of my foot here. Grabbing hold of it with one hand, making sure you're standing up nice and tall. Get a feel, make sure your balance is good. You're going to slowly lower yourself back. Again, this is a good core workout too, because I'm having to keep myself steady by contracting my core here so I don't come like that. Right here. All the way up again, trying to pull the post up into your armpit. All the way down, all the way up again. You're going to feel this in your back. You might also feel this in your bicep here. Those are the two main muscles at work here. This hand here, if you need to use it for some balance, that's perfectly fine. If you need to also put it on your hip, make sure that your core is nice and tight, so that we're not dropping down here like so. So like I said, 10 on one arm. I believe that's 10. We'll do one more for good measure for 10. So that was with the right arm. I'm going to step around to the side, exactly the opposite. Have the post on the inside, or excuse me, on the outside of my left foot. Make sure I got a hold of it. Get your balance right. Keep that core tight. Coming down. Up. Might take you a few times to kind of figure out how things are working, but once you get it, you will definitely feel it in your bicep and your back, right in the upper back. Is that 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and one more time. There you go. Good. I was doing these the other day in the park, so I can already feel the burn. So next up, we're going to be using our band. So what we just did are 2 examples of what's called a compound exercise for your arms and upper body. And we're going to go into some isolated exercises. So I know a lot of people these days have a band like this at home. So we'll grab our band, and I want you to pay attention to how I lay the band out on the ground. So the first one we're going to do is a tricep extension with one arm. So just holding on to the band, holding on to the band in one hand. Put both feet on the band and make sure they are firmly planted. It's really not fun when this thing pops you in the mouth. It's happened. Wouldn't recommend it. So from here, grab and hold, and pay attention to how I rotate my arm around it, like so. So the band should be behind my arm. This hand that's not in use is going to be either at my hip, behind my back. That just helps make sure that your shoulders are squared up. From here, get your elbow up high. And during this exercise, keep your elbow up as high as you can. At that position, nice and tall, belly tight, glutes are squeezed. This is just to help. Do not lean back like that. From here, hello son. From here, extend that hand all the way up. Bring it all the way down. Again, we're going to do 10 on each arm. Do your best. Keep the elbow up high to the sky. If you see yourself coming down like that, you're taking the pressure or the stress off the tricep. And this is becoming a shoulder thing. Keep the elbow high, like so. And really feel the squeeze at the top. Don't just do that. Down, feel the squeeze right in here. Good. Then, of course, gotta get the other side. You can flip that band around to the other, take a step on it, grab and hold. Make sure the band is behind your arm, hand on your hip, elbow forward and up. We're gonna do another 10. And of course, you can kind of figure out yourself where you need to stand on the band, considering how much slack you have and how much resistance you're feeling. Some of these bands are color-coded based on their resistance levels, so use your own perception of the relative resistance to figure it out. Good. One-arm tricep extensions. So again, like everything else, 10 to 15 repetitions, 2 to 3 sets is usually a pretty good number. My arms are kind of sore right now, so we're good on that one for myself. So next up, we're going to do a standing bicep curl, still using this band. So this time, pollen here is terrible, by the way. Excuse me. This time we're going to be using both handles. So start out with one foot on it. You know, I'm not the tallest guy in the world, but I'm 6 feet tall. If I put both feet on it, there's too much resistance here. So start with one foot. Make sure you have both hands down at your sides. Your elbows are going to stay tight on your sides the whole time. So with both hands at the same time, coming up, squeeze hard at the top. And notice how my palms are. When I'm down here, my palms are facing my body. When I come up, I'm actually going to supinate my wrist. So now my palms are facing back towards me. Again, we're going to do 10. Make sure you feel that squeeze at the top. A lot of these, since they are with bands, you're going to feel the most resistance at the top with that extra little squeeze. That's the important part. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Another note about these bicep curls, come around to the side. Make sure, and really, this is a common thing with pretty much every single exercise I feel, keep those shoulders back, keep those shoulders retracted. If you find yourself coming up like that, it's not going to be so fun on the shoulder. Make sure you're standing nice and tall, shoulders back as you do the exercise. Fine note on that one too. So again, 10 to 15, usually a good number, 2 to 3 sets. So the last exercise for this quick arm workout, we're going to do some lateral raises. So we've really targeted biceps, we've really targeted triceps. we're going to move on to some lateral raises to target our deltoids. So again, we're going to be using both handles. I recommend starting out with 1 foot on it. I'll show you what I mean here real quick. If I put 2 feet on it, there's not a whole lot of band there for me to work with. So I usually put 1 foot on it for this one, so I got some more bands to work with. Nice and tall again. Shoulders are retracted back. You're going to bring both hands all the way up to that T position. I joke with some of my clients, it should feel like you're trying to backhand somebody just out of reach. So really make sure you're reaching out to the side there. Do not shrug it up. If you start feeling this in your neck, you're doing it wrong. Another thing too, when people get tired with doing it proper, you'll start seeing and start feeling that, and your hands are higher than your elbows. Don't want that. That's a rotator cuff issue. We want to make sure that our elbows are at the same level or higher than our hands when we do this. And I have no idea what number I'm on, so I'm going to do a few more just to show you. Let's do 2 more. And 1 more. Good. Again, extra little resistance. Hold it out there at the top by a second, then back down. They'll really feel it right here, and they'll start really getting swollen strong. So try those exercises out. Again, 10 to 15 for each one. 2 to 3 sets is usually a good number. Take a little rest period in between. We'll see you guys next time.